My parents used to get
with the stars in the country.
Oh, John and I used to love sleeping. We pretended you were our baby. Really? Yes.
So where were you and John taking care of her at? Over at the
house.
Oh, at our house. Okay. Okay.
I remember being over at the house over there, and I remember that Dwayne, I think, used to scare me about the boogeyman, and he would go dress up outside in the black and run past the window, and I got to be afraid of the boogeyman, and then so when we lived up down in Walsh house, and then we milked up at the other house, I'd say to Dad, when we're milking, I said, can I go home now? You know, they were almost done or whatever, you know, and he says, well, I don't know if you can make it past the boogeyman down by the willow trees. And so I thought there was a boogeyman down there, too. So I do not, you know, that's
But then this Horkin bunch, you know, the lady with the first, I remember when we go back to Johnny Horkin's, Danny took the dominoes and put them in his pocket, and he came home with their dominoes, and Mom was taking his pants off and tipping them upside down, and all these dominoes were falling out of the pocket. So he had to walk back to Johnny Horkin's.
So those two families were probably connected, but connected later or earlier than your grandfather, earlier than Grandpa James. Is that true? Probably cousins that came over?
Willie Horkin, which is Bob Horkin's dad. Am I right? Yeah.
As in Bob
Willie
on Highway H?
And Johnny Horkin.
Yep.
And then there was another brother that lived on the Horton back where Dad went to school back in there. And what was his name? The Horkin that lived in, huh? No, Peter Horkin. That was a different Horkin, yeah. And but those were the three. They all lived on the same side of the road. But we always got together with them, and we'd go back and forth, and the folks would go to visit. They'll say, "Come in the house."
Why did Dad say that we weren't related?
Because we're not really. It's a cousin. We're a fourth cousin. That's why.
Okay.
Unrelated. So far, unrelated. Yeah.
Okay, so our family, just so I get this straight, I've always told the story that someone in our family walked from Sycamore, Illinois, and bought a farm in Delona. That was the other channel of Horkins. Our family actually was probably the ones that stayed in Wisconsin.
I think it was the Horkin place down where Brooks is.
Brooks, that's what I meant, yeah. Is that also where Knuth is now?
And that's
or
where, no, I don't know what.
Okay, so it's Brooks.
But that was a Horkin place.
So you think the family that we descended from stayed in Wisconsin and didn't go to Sycamore?
Didn't go where?
Sycamore, Illinois. Because one of them came walking in 1848 when the state of Wisconsin was created, walked from Sycamore and bought, I think, one of those farms.
Brooks's place, yeah, and that was called...
Because it's pretty well documented in that
she
book.
She was Mrs. Mary Horkin.
What about that, Deb?
Where that wedding?
I remember being told that there was Indian burial grounds up on that hill.
Where the wedding was.
And I thought I was maybe imagining it.
No, you weren't. No, because
and you think there was?
Well, we were told there was, so we'd go digging or looking. But Fern would take us down. And what did we have to? We had to behave ourselves when we were near a certain area where the grave was or something.
And see, I remember that. I remember somebody telling me that.
Yeah.
Okay, so to the best of your recall, the original 4326, the original family that settled on the farm was your Grandpa James, his dad or grandfather?
Well, our grandpa used to live over in Newport, Wisconsin. Newport over by the Dells. And Loretta was born over in Newport.
So, did they end up on the farm there because his dad was on the farm, or because it was
Well,
Grandpa's
I
farm?
think the great grandpa was there at that time, but when Grandpa James got married to Timlin, Catherine Timlin, then they lived in Newport.
And what happened to Grandma Timlin, or Catherine?
Catherine Timlin, let's see, she was,
She must have died early.
yeah, she died before any of us could through, before Jim and I were born. And I don't even know if Donna Faye and Bob and them ever knew her either, because I think she died quite young.
Rita, how do you know that our descendants came to Canada and then to Wisconsin?
Because I found it when I was researching.
And how long did they stay in Canada, or did
They
they
just
just
stayed, well,
They settled in Canada, and then they came,
to Illinois. Half the family came to Wisconsin and stayed. And the other half went on to Illinois.
to Sycamore?
Yes.
So where did they
And then,
Toronto.
Toronto? Oh.
okay, so some went to Illinois, and in that big book that we have, there's a story of someone walking from Sycamore, Illinois, and they walked to Sauk County, and they bought a farm that I think is the Knuth Farm
In Delona.
in Delona. Now, is that our relative, or is that a different branch of the Horkins that
Well,
immigrated?
Helen Horkin married a Canute.
So, is that the same bloodline in those? And the reason